Hey guys, I don't know if you remember, Scarlett and I planted carrots, which seems like forever ago, but I picked one today. It looked really good when I moved the dirt away. Turns out it's just a little guy, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how you can use these carrot tops to make a poor man's pesto. Alright, so with pesto you usually use basil, and as you know I have a flower farm and I grow lemon basil because it makes a wonderful filler in the bouquets and smells so good. I wish I could send you scent through the video, but when I harvest it, I need a nice long stem, so you can see it's almost, it's flowering, starting to flower. But all these lower leaves, I don't want them in my bouquets because that makes the water yucky. It can make your bouquet not last as long. So when I'm harvesting, I'm usually picking off all of those bottom leaves. Sometimes I get like a nicer, longer branch that I can use in a mini bouquet, but most of the time this is just trash, quote unquote trash. And so I harvested a lot of lemon basil today, so that's what we're going to use to make our poor man's pesto. So here's my pile of basil leaves, and you saw me just strip those stems. So now I just kind of go through and make sure they're all edible and looking good. Sometimes when I harvest them and they're down in the water, they start to brown like that. Can you see that? I don't use them. I don't know. It might be fine, but it just, they don't look good. And I have lots, so we might as well eat the best, right? So you're just going to get 2 cups of leaves. Now we're going to add those carrot tops that we had earlier, so I'm saying a total of 2 cups of whatever you're using. I've heard of other people putting other herbs in as well, so whatever you have on hand, whatever you like in your basil, you need 2 cups. Rest of our ingredients out, and I've got hopefully 2 cups here of herbs. Yeah, I think we're good. So you're just gonna put them in food processor and just blend everything together. So easy. I'm just gonna put it all in there. Jasper is right at my feet. He's like hoping I drop something. His favorite treat is a carrot, and so anytime I'm in the kitchen chopping, he knows it, and so he's just hoping I have carrots and that I drop something. Okay, remember, it's poor man's pesto, so we're using this shaky cheese, as my kids used to call it. This is of course you can use the good stuff, but this is what I have. And so we need 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And we find that we like this. It tastes just fine using this kind of cheese. Oops. So put that in. And 1/2 cup of olive oil. I think I'm gonna have like just enough. Ooh, a little bit less. That's okay. If you've been here a while, you know that I usually just make do with whatever I have, and I want to encourage you to do the same. The next step I'm going to show you, we're going to use walnuts. Typically pesto is made with pine nuts, which is great. They're very expensive, so I just use walnuts and we like it just fine. I've heard of other people using sunflower seeds or pepitas, excuse me. But I usually just use walnuts because I usually have them on hand for other baking and such. I got to thinking that I thought I had another olive oil in the cupboard, and I did. So I'm gonna go ahead, if I can get it open, and we'll just add a little glug because we didn't fill that up the whole way. So I'll put the recipe down in the description, and just feel free to make substitutions as needed. Next up, we have 2 cloves of garlic. I didn't grow garlic. I don't have fresh, so I use the canned, which we love. It's very convenient. 1 teaspoon equals about a clove, so put that in there. I do, usually when it's like in season and the farm stands have it, I usually do buy it from them, but it's not something I've grown regularly here. And let's see, we need the juice of a lemon. Here's my juicer. I'll just put it over that. You can see what I'm doing. The last step is salt and pepper. So salt is just a half a teaspoon. Pepper is just to your liking, so we'll just do a good sprinkle on here. Okay, that's it. Put this stuff out of the way. Throw this away. Okay, now we get to blend it up. Sides down and give it another pulse here. So excited. It's our first pesto of the... Check it out. Oh yeah, that's good stuff in there. All of those ingredients are so good for you and delicious when you combine them. Love them. So I decided to make the pesto for 2 reasons. Well, one, because the basil was ready and I don't want to waste anything, so it was a good idea to go ahead and make some pesto. Secondly, it is Scarlett's birthday week, and for the last couple of years I have been allowing the kids to not just choose one birthday meal, but to choose the menu for the whole week. They absolutely love this new tradition. And I like it too because it gives me a little bit of a break in trying to think of what should I make and, coming up with the menu for the week. However, Scarlett, having just turned 12, is still very much a kid. And a lot of the meals she picked, I was just kind of cringing. Of course, it's okay now and then, but yeah, not overly excited about some of these meals. So tonight she wants to have a cookout, and she wanted to have hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. Yeah. And I said, okay, do you want, and I'm not judging her, I'm letting her pick, do you want my homemade macaroni and cheese or store-bought, or, what were you thinking? She's like, I love your homemade macaroni and cheese, but would you mind if we got a box? And I was like, nope, I don't mind, because that's easier for me. And I had decided I was just gonna eat it and grin and bear it and deal with it, but I really don't want that. So I decided to make the basil pesto, and I'm gonna go grab a zucchini from the Amish stand and do some zoodles and pesto for me and Seth to eat. I am gonna suck it up and eat a hot dog tonight, but I think it'll be nice to have a little bit of healthy veggie, fresh food instead of boxed macaroni and cheese. So I'm looking forward to eating that later. So I'd love to know what you guys like to use pesto on. One of our very favorite things is to make a homemade grilled cheese. I am working on making some more sourdough because I haven't made it for a while. But our favorite thing to do is to take homemade sourdough and rub some pesto on each slice of bread, and then layer cheese and a fresh tomato from the garden and make that into a grilled cheese sandwich. It's to die for. So we'll be looking forward to having that really soon. And then of course, just over noodles or sometimes with veggies. That sounds good in theory, but we're not very good about doing that. But let me know what else you like to use pesto for. I froze some last year, and boy, were we glad to have that in the middle of winter. The way I did that was I put it in ice cube trays, and then it will turn brown if you just freeze it. So you have to drizzle a little bit of oil over the top and let that be the top layer and freeze it. Then you can pop it out and put it in a bag or whatever you freeze things in, and it's just so nice to pop out one or two of those and make your sandwiches or your noodles throughout the year. It's really yummy to have that taste of summer. Yep. All right, so I got my zucchini. I'm just using this. This is a really cheap spiralizer I got years ago. It works. It's a little bit of an arm workout, so that's good. But I'm just using some bacon grease in the pan, and I'll just cook them just a little bit, just enough so they're soft, and then we'll mix in some of the pesto.
The hard part is getting all the little hairs off of it. Big Mama don't like the corn hairs.
Okay, here it is. Would you rather have this or this? It doesn't look very appealing actually, but it's so good and it's fresh.
Not good.
So good. It's ready. I forgot we had some corn on the cob too. What a great dinner for birthday week. She's already 12.
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
So, is the excitement over?
No!
Scarlett wanted to have a cookout, so we're eating by the fire. So pretty out tonight. It has been excruciatingly hot,
Definitely.
but it finally cooled down. Yay! So it's enjoyable to be out here. Last member of the family. Want to try another new treat? Tess used to love corn on the cob after we eat it. Oh, you like that one, huh? Go ahead. I'm just watching you.